Puerto Rican kid, bald head, loves snakes, loves Blizzy, Sergio Chacon.
Yeah. What up, Pa?
Peace. Welcome to the DBS podcast. It's your boy Sergio Chacon, aka Blizzy Chacon. That shit whack. I mean, it's always gonna be Dirtbag Shit podcast. The DBS podcast.
Peace, and welcome to the DBS podcast, aka the Chacon Show. This week, I'm joined by my brother, my co-host of the P.O.P, Picking Off Punches, my spiritual brother, my sober brother, and I've barely known him a year. My man Derek Drescher back in the house 3 times over, Daddy-O. Was good.
Third time here.
Yeah,
we've only known each other. It's been less than a year, but it feels like I've known you forever.
Yeah.
It feels like we're kindred spirits.
Yeah, dog. And the thing is,
I don't know if that has homosexual undertones to it, but I don't know what kindred means.
It's a great word, though.
Is it?
I like it.
What's it mean?
Kindred? Let's look it up.
Yeah. Should I look it up?
Yeah, kindred, because I have a feeling it means like special. Does it mean special? I'm gonna guess special. It's a fun word to use, even if you use it in the wrong context. It's like fresh out of jail talk.
Let me see.
Kindred spirits, like uniquely connected. Perhaps.
Kindred spirits means an individual with the same beliefs, attitudes, or feelings as oneself. For example, Dean and I are kindred spirits when it comes to spending money.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I was correct.
Yeah,
my assumption.
I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad everybody knows I'm straight.
Have you ever had someone think you were gay, like a girlfriend? I had many girlfriends think I was gay.
My daughter's mother questioned
your sexuality.
She questioned if she asked me if I had ever done anything sexual with anybody while I was incarcerated.
Did she ask you during a heated moment, or was it like serious,
so she asked
like
me
over
that.
like shrimp fettuccine?
No, I was home. I think I had taken off for a few days.
What do you mean by taking off?
I needed a break. You know what I mean? I was out getting high, and I came back. So I guess she called some kind of hotline while I was gone.
And she found out the in and outs of prison, the prison life.
Well, and drug use and drug life, you know what I mean? So I guess the guy told her that I was probably...
That you may engage in some homosexual activity.
Yeah, that I may engage in sexual activity to get money for drugs. And I told him, baby, it don't work like that. I said, where I come from, you either suck dick or go to jail. And I go to jail.
I've been questioned before.
By Liz?
By Liz. She asked me straight up.
I could see that. I could see that.
I think because I was raised by women, I definitely have feminine attributes, if I may. I have dainty wrists to match.
You do have dainty wrists. They're not limp, though.
No, and they're strong. They don't break.
Yeah.
They're strong, Bob. You know what I do all day, every day over the sink?
Yeah,
running water.
And holding the mitts.
Oh, not holding the mitts. I'm talking about, during my recreational time at home alone, over the sink.
Oh, washing dishes.
No, I got a dishwasher. I'm a homeowner with a dishwasher installation.
Oh, here we go. What do you
Wash
do over
and
the sink?
dryer.
Hold on.
I beat my meat.
Over the sink?
Yeah, hot running water, too, to get rid of the babies.
Yo.
You can't go cold water. It's a mess.
Really? It congeals.
It congeals, yo. You got the great words today.
Yo, that's what happens when you get incarcerated. You read the dictionary over and over and over again.
Which, by the way, Marshall, everyone knows that's the magnificent producer over here at Sound Lounge, B Frank Network. He had asked, how, Derek, are you so knowledgeable on boxing? And you had mentioned to him you did a lot of reading and that you studied boxing.
Yeah.
So that brings me to P.O.P, which is something we're doing, and I'm so excited for people to listen to this shit, because how many episodes are we in?
We've done 3. We're about to do our 4th this
Yeah,
weekend.
now, Marshall wants to keep it under wraps or whatever, but I feel it's brewing. It's something we're super excited about, and I can't wait to be able to release the episodes to you guys. It's dope, man. We highlight fighters. We highlight boxing stories. We're highlighting boxing events and boxing figures. So to be coaches and such.
Trainers, managers.
Exactly. And we're having, how much fun are we having with it?
Having a ton. I mean, we did the episode on, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank.
We did Ray Mancini. We did Ann Wolf.
Ann Wolf.
and Edwin Valero.
Edwin Valero. Now, Edwin Valero, I know a lot of people probably don't know about him, but he was undefeated champion, 2 weight classes, every fight. He's 28-0, 28 knockouts. He never won a fight by decision. He knocked all of his opponents out. But we got to interview the
chief editor.
The chief editor of the Ring magazine, which is the Bible of boxing. It is the most prestigious boxing
Dougie
publication.
Fisher.
Dougie Fisher. And for him to tell me that he was impressed by my knowledge.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then I blew up your spot. I said he got a Wikipedia.
I wasn't using
speed
Wikipedia,
dial.
bro. The shit I was talking about, those guys don't even have Wikipedia pages. That's
I was impressed too, man. And then I got a little jealous. I was like, oh, why don't you guys just go out and have coffee and talk about boxing the rest of the day?
Well, it's not like you're not really knowledgeable about it. You know what I mean? Like
you're more of a flamboyant, passionate fraud, Sergio.
No, I wasn't gonna call you a fraud. Flamboyant, absolutely. Passionate, absolutely. Not a fraud. You understand. You're very you understand boxing like the sport. You know.
Yeah, but I'm not a historian.
No, not by Donald. Are you?
No, I'm not. not in contrast to you and your knowledge.
Yeah, well, this is the thing people need to remember about me. I had a lot of downtime in my life, if you know what I mean. I had a lot of downtime from the ages of 13 to 33, if you know what I'm saying, in and out of institutions. So yeah, I read.
So was boxing a good escape for you? You always liked it, and then you studied it.
My father.
And who would have thought that you could potentially be in a position where you could talk about it, and there's going to be listeners, and there's going to be an exchange and an appreciation for your knowledge on it. I love how life works that way.
Yeah, it was so, it was just wild to me because I know who Dougie Fisher is, right? But, like, I just wasn't putting 2 and 2 together. And when his face came on the screen, I was like, holy shit, man. Holy shit. Because this guy is like, he loves boxing. You could tell he loves boxing. He has the utmost respect for the sport. And this guy knows his shit. He does. He knows his shit.
And without telling you too much, he's at the camps. He's at the gyms.
He was a traveling journalist, right?
Correct.
At first, and he was in he'd go to everybody's camp.
Yeah, he sees shit that literally behind the locker room doors, behind the closed doors in the gym. And sometimes these cameras get in there, and there's one. And one video footage of James Lights Out Tony, beating up his sparring partner. And at the end, the guy tries to give him dap, and he just, like, slaps the guy's hand away, like, very dismissive. And he goes, I'll do this to any of y'all. Look at his face. I don't care if you flyweight or your mama weight.
Yo, your mama weight. Your mama weight.
Yeah, there's someone in the background saying, he said your mama weight.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
James Toney, Ann Arbor, Michigan, champion, I believe, from middleweight up to heavyweight. They took his heavyweight championship away from him.
He was definitely better at a lightweight.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. He liked them cheeseburgers, Burger King.
Well, his boxing ability was so great that he didn't need to lose the weight. He could do it. He could do it at any weight.
Yeah, he could do that shoulder roll with the love handles that nobody loves.
So the thing that's crazy, you look at Tony, right? Not to go off on a boxing tangent, but he beat Michael Nunn for his first title.
He's a heavyweight, right?
No, he was a middleweight.
Oh, Michael Nunn, my bad.
Can you please get off your phone? This is the shit I'm talking about.
No, I was making sure.
This is why you'll always be on the cusp. Because of shit like that.
Carry on.
So Michael's second to none. Do you know who Michael Nunn is?
Yeah.
He was another good fighter.
He fought at 160. You said heavyweight. It's very strange.
No, I didn't. He fought at middleweight. Did I say heavyweight?
I just said heavyweight, you dirtbag.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you called me
It's easy to trick this fool.
Because I take things serious.
I set up a trap for you.
So, Michael Nunn, too, he's in prison for cocaine distribution.
I like him.
Yeah, I like him, too. But Tony was losing that fight the whole way through and then knocked him out in the 11th round. Michael Nunn opened up for an uppercut. He put the hand all the way by his knee, and Tony just struck. Boom. And I remember watching that fight, and I was like, this guy's going to be something. And look at what he's done.
Was there a fight that changed your life?
Yeah.
Or, that sounds very dramatic.
No, it's not dramatic, though. It did change my life.
There's a few fights out there that it goes beyond the actual fight. It's just like almost like an analogy to life. Like, wow.
2 Gaddy fights. Gaddy Ruelas, when he fought Gabe Ruelas, and Gaddy Wilson Rodriguez.
None of the Ward fights.
I mean, I was already enamored with hopefully that's the right word too. With
think it
boxing
is.
and
You
Gaddy
said it
at
with
that
such
point,
confidence. I'm
yeah.
still buying it.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, though watching Gaddy Ward fights or highlights, I might even get like a little emotional twinge, in my chest plate, because you just watch those guys lay it all on the line. But Gaddy was on the brink of defeat in both of those, in the Ruelas and Rodriguez fights. I mean,
And he dug in deep.
Dude, he was Ruelas hit him with an uppercut, and Gaddy's like whole body just slumped. And he was actually like leaning on him. The bell rang. It was like, yo, it's over for this motherfucker. And then he came out the next round, bro, and he just landed the meanest left hook I ever seen in my life and knocked out Gabe Ruelas, who was not an easy guy to knock out. Even though Ruelas killed someone he fought passed away, so I think he lost his killer instinct kind of a little bit. And then Wilson Rodriguez, Gaddy couldn't see.
Well, both eyes were
He was
closed, so
telling
like
him,
swollen.
one was really, really bad.
He had like a chow eye,
and
Sharpay eye.
So the doctor's telling him, cover your eye, right? Cover your eye. How many fingers am I holding up? And Gaddy put the glove down. He goes, 2. He goes, I said cover your eye. And then he said, how many fingers? And Gaddy said 2. He never moved to change his fingers. And then Gaddy came out the next round and knocked him out too. I mean, but Rodriguez was giving Gaddy the business. But those fights changed my life. I wanted to go into a gym like.
Oh, you were young when those.
I was young, 12, 13 years old.
You know a fight I caught on Showtime Live that I wasn't expecting to be a great fight, and I was watching it with my brother-in-law, and to this day I have like a closeness to my brother-in-law because we witnessed such greatness. Corrales.
Oh, and Castillo.
We could not believe what we were watching. It was so much back and forth action. It wasn't a pay-per-view fight.
Nope.
It was a main event, and Diego Corrales and Castillo were just going at it. There was left hooks to the head, to the body. They were fighting in the inside. It was beautiful inside work.
Yeah.
Corrales was dropped a few times. Goosen was training Corrales.
Goosen goes, you better do something now.
Oh, my God, with his button-down shirt.
Yeah.
Look at little Mr. Furley shirt.
Yep. He was like dressed nice.
Yeah, he always dresses like,
Now, was Goosen a manager and a trainer? This is where I'm a little. Was he training him for the fight? Was he in the corner for the fight?
He was his trainer.
That shit looked crazy
It
to me.
did
I
look
was like,
crazy. A guy with a button down. He's like, you better get him now.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And you felt it.
Yeah.
And Corrales' eye was blowing up. And, he did the dirty tricks. Right? He spit out the mouthpiece. He bought some time. But that's part of it.
That's
You're
part of the
able
game.
to do it. Yeah. You got some points deducted. You paid for that.
I mean, that would have been like a 10-4 round, man.
Yeah, he spit out that mouthpiece like 3 times, right?
Yep. I mean, and then, when he hit Castillo with that hook, and Castillo was just like this, and perched up on the ropes. Yeah, great fight, man.
Oh, man.
Again, Corrales, R.I.P. Diego Corrales.
Yeah. And Castillo still with us. He was a fighter that a lot of people believe beat Mayweather the first outing. They fought twice. But
Mayweather fought Castillo twice, fought Maidana twice, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think Maidana won the first one.
I don't think
A lot of people
so.
think Castillo won the first one.
'Cause that's probably closer.
Right. The Castillo fight?
Yeah,
I think I was incarcerated when they fought, so I got to go back and look at the tape.
Yo, I'm a straight up native New Yorker. I love my town. I'm gonna probably die on the hardwood floors in my apartment in the Lower East Side. But let me tell you, it is trash now. I mean, COVID has released the Krankens.
Yeah.
Of fucking the zombies.
Yeah.
I mean, it is nasty out there. It's whack. It's fucking whack. All those outdoor establishments, like with the shed, yo, stop eating out there. I talk all this shit, but me and Derek were eating fucking avocado toast out there. Like our names were fucking Amy's and Kelsey's.
Yeah, we were out there.
The tables were sticky. It was.
Oh my God, Cassandra!
Uh-huh.
You've made it. Hi.
Jesus.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like it was still hard for me coming out. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? They call it re-entry when you're re-entering into society. A lot of times, a lot of people ain't ready for that because there's no decompression stage. You know what I mean? I remember I was talking to somebody last week. Like, I got released one time. I went to go see the P.O. She sent me to a shelter, and like as soon as I got to the shelter, they were giving out food. Within like 10 minutes, I was fighting over my meal. It's like, and I just got out, man.
Fighting over a meal.
Yeah, bro. And so these
it's like a styrofoam container.
Not even. It's like a tinfoil container in the shelter, and it was 2 pouches of rice and then like 1 of beans, no meat. I mean, but they did have your protein in the beans. two
Who was
things
serving
a-
the food? Alex Carabani's V-Spot?
No, it was a vegan meal, right? It's like a vegetarian meal. But yeah, I
Which,
remember.
by the way, that's why I caught my L yesterday. Woo!
Yeah. But yeah, and I remember like fighting this getting into a physical confrontation with this man, right? Protecting my food, my sustenance, my nutrition, and
Why do I picture you like covering the food?
that's how I
Like you were shelling
like this.
over it, and your lats were,
I remember when I used to come home, my mother would be like,
and
"Yo,
then you were
don't-"
giving like back kicks, like chicken kicks.
Well, I told you it's like the physiological transformation that you get, because you can get big on eating straight starch. You know what I mean? And yeah, I remember a lot of times when I'd eat like this, and that just started from juvie. Juvie was rough for me.
Wait, finish that story about the fight.
Oh yeah, so I remember like now I'm eating my food, and I'm just like, and I just remember being grateful.
But how did the fight start?
He tried to take my food.
In the shelter.
Yeah.
He just tried to pull the plate from me while
Tried
you
to
were
pull
eating.
it from me. Yeah.
Wow, when I was 13 years old, there was a kid named Fat Rob. And he was a doofy motherfucker. And we used to buy microwavable hamburgers for $1 at a Dominican bodega. Bodega. And he opened it up and the steam came out and I pretended I was a raptor. I went like that. And I bit that shit.
Did he get mad?
Oh my God, he was so pissed. I took like half the fucking sandwich and I was chewing it like this, like a pigeon. And everyone was laughing.
And he wanted to fight.
But he was too slow because he's Fat Rob. Yeah, dog, disrespectful.
I mean, bro.
The things you do as a kid are so mean.
Yeah, when you're ruthless as a child.
One time my friend Sabe was real hungry, and my man Mike had the food. And he had a hero, and he took one bite and Sabe was like, "I got a bite." He's like, "Nah," and Mike was like, "I'm not even hungry," and they threw it on the floor. Like it opened, the ham hit the asphalt. He picked it up. There was sand on it.
What the? Some wild ass shit.
Yeah,
I know some of your friends were poor as fuck too.
yeah. We had an interesting group of people.
You hung out with mostly Puerto Ricans, right?
No, it was real mixed.
Yeah.
Once I moved to 3rd Street, so when I grew up in Baruch Projects. It was all black and Puerto Ricans, Dominicans. Then when I moved to 3rd Street, I was still considered like East Village, right?
Right.
You know,
Third and what?
3rd between A and B. And I had Mexican friends, I had Irish friends, I had Filipino
How
friends.
old were you when you
Chinese.
moved there?
10.
10.
Yeah, and there was a lot of drugs.
How'd your mom
now.
get you out of the projects?
Yeah, but she was part of a homesteading program that you had to help physically gut a building. She did that for 7 years, and then you were able
First
to.
dibs.
Yeah, then you became a shareholder. So every week, me and my mother used to go to 3rd Street and fill up buckets of fucking
Wow.
and fill up dumpsters. That she had to do like night security with our Rottweiler. You had to stay there, and junkies used to break in and steal tools.
You guys had a Rottweiler?
Yeah,
What was his name?
Shamu. We bought him off a cop.
Really?
Yeah. He was a great dog, big ass head. He was nothing like my fish stick Curry. And we call it fish stick because he's smelly.
Yeah, Curry stinks.
Shamu
Great.
had
She's so nice though.
yeah, Shamu was not playing. He would look at you like this.
Yeah.
Like he had a toothpick in his mouth all the time. He
so you-
behaved like a bouncer. He behaved like a bouncer with poor social skills.
Yeah. How old was he when you got him?
I was like 5, 6.
You were 5 or 6. How
Yeah.
old? He was already full grown when you got him.
No, he was a pup.
Really?
Yeah, so
And,
we had it for like 10 years.
Oh, and when he passed.
Yeah, you know, large dogs like that, they have the lifestyles of rappers. Like, you know, the lifespan of rappers. They die young.
Yo, that's fucked up.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna write that down.
So he was 70 years old in dog years, though.
No, 7 years old is 1 year.
70.
Oh, 70, yes. Yeah. He died young.
He
And,
died, 10 years?
He died at 10, 11 years.
Yeah, that's not bad for a dog.
No. But he was a great dog.
I
to
think
have.
about my mother had dogs growing up, and I get emotional when I think of them sometimes because they're like part of your childhood and shit. You know what I mean?
It upsets when people don't know how to care for dogs, when they beat their dogs.
I
Is
want
it-
one so bad right now, but I know that with the space that I have and how busy as I am, it would be fucked up.
Well, you have connections with the whites, and with those connections, because you're white, right? But you also have a deep connection with whites who are privileged. So you could probably get a service dog vest and put on your fucking pit bull and just walk it through every inside establishment and get away with it because you're white. So I would go that route. So you don't have to talk this nonsense about how, you need to. Yo, talking crazy reckless.
Yo, your dog now, Curry. She can be considered a service dog, right?
I guess. I don't know what the rules are. I mean, I gotta reach out and see because I would like to take her to the Sound Lounge and just have her chill here and stink up the place.
I mean, she would be quiet here.
No, she's a good dog.
Yeah.
She's a very good dog.
I mean, she's weak, but she's weak. This dog doesn't have a mean bone in its body.
But that's the thing, man. So
leave her with me for a week. Leave your dog with me for a week.
So this is the thing. She has this great temperament with other animals, with people, but too much with people. Like she's not able to read danger.
She thinks everybody's a good person.
Yeah, there could be.
That's why, because you talk about me being with the
there
whites.
Could be
no, because of you're fucking running around in the park with these fucking snowflakes.
Yo, snowflake. You ever had a boy that called white girl snowflake? Yo, snowflake.
Snow bunny, snowflake.
Oh, so dirtbag.
Yeah.
So
you run around with these snow bunnies.
Yeah, so Curry has no danger intuition.
No.
So there could be a centaur walking towards us.
She's a bozo.
She acts like a bozo.
Yeah.
There could be a centaur walking towards us with fucking lime green eyes, horns,
Even look last
and
night,
fucking
she was about
hooves.
to kiss that dead rat.
And she'll give him like a wiggle with the tail and put her ears back. She's mad submissive. Yo, the other day, I'm walking down the street, and this motherfucker was like 6'5", diesel, no shirt on. His boots looked like iron worker boots, but they were like talking. Every time he walked, you could see his pinky toe.
Wow.
And he said, "Yeah, girl, come here." And he said, "I used to have these in Alabama." He grabs her from about the small of her waist and starts shaking her ass like that. And she's like wagging, and he smacks her real hard in the eye. Yeah, I felt violated. I felt like I was in a club with my girl and someone smacked her ass and I didn't do anything about it.
Wow.
And then she got uncomfortable and she looked at him and he was like, yeah, he had dirty nails. I was like, come on, yeah, she's a good dog. But like, I wish she would have had enough sense to go, but she looked a little nervous, but I think a little more and she may have been pushed too much because she started to look at him like, dude, back the fuck up. But she was still wiggling a little bit.
She felt uncomfortable.
She felt uncomfortable. We both felt uncomfortable. My dog was sexually assaulted in front of me.
You let your dog get sexually assaulted and you did nothing about it.
I washed her afterwards.
You stayed quiet.
I washed her afterwards.
You gave her a bath?
Yeah, because his nails were like this embedded with like dust and crud.
And he said, I used to have these in Alabama.
Yeah, and he gave her a nice little smack in the ass.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro.
Dogs. Whack.
Yo.
Yeah, that's the type of dude that hangs out in the outdoor restaurant sheds in the middle of the night.
In the evening time?
Uh-huh.
You've been having bad luck with folks on the street.
I mean, I haven't had a real situation, but there's bozos out there.
I know.
There's a lot of
Remember that guy last night? He started to cry to us. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was crying.
He's like, hey guys, listen, I'm not
Stop slamming.
I'm a nice
before
guy.
Marshall gets upset with us. We'll get an email about the slams. Yo, he waved you off, Marshall. Dirtbag shit.
But he had the sign. He had the paper. He's like, hey guys, listen, I'm not homeless. I'm not looking for any money. But and it looks like directions.
Yeah, he has a map.
He has a map, and he's like, I'm trying to get back to Jersey. And then his fucking voice just kept the octaves. He was like, but I just need four.
I mean, they're full of so many tricks.
Yeah.
I mean, there was another guy who I bumped into. He's like, you got $1? And I was like, I don't. And I was with Yamanika Sanders. Shout out Yamanika Sanders. She's fucking hilarious. She's playing Candy Crush. She was like, nope. She was like, no, sweetheart. Ask somebody else. She was nice to him, actually. And he said, there's $1 on the table. It was tip money. And she's like, that's tip money. Skip, motherfucker.
I never met her, but I just saw her for the first time in person last week, and she fucking ripped. Bro.
Yeah, she rips, man. She is so much fun to watch.
She was hilarious, man.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? There's so many different styles of comedy. We were talking about Roy Wood Jr. the other day. I mean, he's just an architect with it. You know, like a guy like Roy Wood, I watch him, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? You know,
it makes you question your ability.
Yeah, well, I'm inspired. I'm also such a fan of the work. Like,
Right.
it's just so clean, and the fact of the matter is, that's the way he articulates himself through his stand-up. And everyone has a different style. Yamanika's like a machine gun.
Yeah.
She's like, bop, 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 bop. You know, then you get a guy like Giannis who's like, like kind of philosopher, but it's kind of intertwined with characters and stuff. You get a guy like Chrissy D who, it's silly and
I
fun.
love how you just went right to your boys.
Yeah, well, these are the people I know. You know. Then you got a guy like my man Derek, you know, who's in the house right now. I'll talk about you like you're not here.
Yeah.
You know, and you're still trying to, you know, you talk about your autobiographical. You talk about your life or whatever, which is my favorite style of comedy. I like that, but I'm also very appreciative of people who do like observational stuff or whatever. It's just that turnover has to be consistent, but it's fun to do. But it doesn't have a long, it doesn't have longevity, right? You have to shelf it after a while, like topical stuff.
Topical stuff, yeah. You use it while
You're
it's
more like
while
a
it's relevant.
storyteller and stuff like
While
that.
it's relevant.
Yeah.
I got a buddy Nikhil, very funny guy. But he does all topical things. He's like I told him, I said, you should go on stage with a newspaper.
That's funny.
That's what you should do. But yeah, that stuff doesn't. You got a couple months with it, month or two, boom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who else, man? That you know, I mean, you got a guy like Big J, master at crowd work, but he got his dope ass stories too. I mean, he's detailed and
That's another guy I love to watch.
yeah, he's fun to watch,
Yeah.
man. He's real fun to watch.
Yeah, it's like taking class for me when I watch him.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
he's mad funny.
Yeah, I love being around good comedy. I think it makes you a better comedian when you're around good comedy. Like you know, hitting mics 2 times a day. I think if that's all you're doing, and then you know whatever shows you get booked on, like you need to get out there and watch the pros. You have to.
Absolutely. I also think it's important, and this is like different times in your life where you can become consumed with yourself and your ideas.
Mm-hmm.
You always got to remain
Teachable.
yes, and I say that's in connection with training people. I'm always looking for the tutelage, like, or the teachings of others, because then I'm able to internalize what the students I'm working with are going through.
Right.
You know, so even with stand-up, if I don't watch like stand-up or like, you know, if I don't go watch a special every now and then, I'm unable to be on the other side of it.
Right.
So I'm just too much on, you know, so it's nice to be on both sides. But I got to remind myself to do that because you get caught up.
You got to take class.
Correct.
You got to take
So,
class.
you know, even with the marathon training, that's why I saw you. I knew you did a few, and I was like, I need to be on the other side. I need to just be told what to do, why it's being done. And not too many questions, because I get it. But, you know, it feels good to be on the other side of it, you know?
Yeah.
Same thing with boxing. Like, you know, every now and then, I'll just have someone give me a fucking workout. And just the way they explain it, you know, there's so many different languages. There's so many different. Some people will receive information better by physically demonstrating.
Right.
Other
right,
people,
right. Trial and error.
right? You know, or other people need analogies. Like if someone's I don't know, a writer, you can say this is a story, right? Your jab is the setup. This is, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
and then you're closing the story out with the right hand, a power shot.
Right.
Meaning, like, not everything has to be one speed, one temperament. You know, the same thing with stand-up comedy. You're not gonna go bah, 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 the entire time. It's that you set it up, you know, and so knowing that there's a rhythm to all this shit is important.
The thing with me, and this goes back to like even like I always draw back to make a parallel to my recovery. It's like you have to remain teachable, and the minute you think you know everything, you're in trouble.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Yeah. It's one thing to be confident, but to think you figured everything out, it's impossible.
Then you become an asshole.
You become an asshole, and then you eat a lot of humble pie.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
for sure.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep.
So we're gonna actually do a podcast later on with some friends of ours
Across the pond.
across the pond in the UK. We're gonna be on Fighting Words. So by the time this episode
what do you
drops,
think about this for a hit?
yeah, with that accent, nothing of it sounds too intimidating.
No. No, they sound like they're about to fucking give a lecture.
You know who's funny with it? Who makes fun of a lot of UK fighters? Who is it? There's a boxer. What's his name?
I don't know.
He calls them cherry pies or something like that.
Yo.
Yeah. Who was it?
Damn, cherry pie. I would find that offensive. if
Yeah,
someone
no, he
called me-
calls them tea drink, like, you know,
Tea
teacups.
Yo, that's
Who
a good
was
one.
it, man? There's some active fighter.
Yeah.
He's like, they're all teacups.
Yo.
Yeah.
Black guy, white guy?
Fuck, man.
We'll look it up. We'll look it up.
Yeah,
We'll
it's
figure
not
it out.
Shannon Briggs, because he's actually he got a good rapport with him. It was funny. I'm sure
They
it was-
love Shannon in England.
Yeah.
They love Shannon Briggs in England.
He's one of my favorite IG handles to follow. We are gonna close out a little earlier than usual, so you're not getting the full hour because we are gonna prep and verbal spar the UK champs from Fighting Words, my man Ian and Rob. And I know they're gonna try to give us shit about Wilder losing. The thing is, I don't care that Wilder lost. I'm not one of those boxing fans who's like, oh, America. I've never been like that. I've always like, yeah.
I have, yeah. I was so upset when it was just European champions because the heavyweight title belongs in America.
Yo.
And to be honest with you,
Ennio high. What the fuck is that? Ennio high?
is that what I said?
Yeah.
I said
Ennio high.
Really?
What are you talking about? Ennio high. My name is Derek Drescher. Ennio high.
But I feel like I like Tyson Fury a lot though. It's like if we're gonna have an English guy have the titles, might as well be him. You know what I mean?
I like him. I just like his personality.
Yeah, I
He's
like that
fun.
he used to do cocaine and he wanted to kill
I like the fact that
himself.
he has mental illness and he talks about it and he fought that shit. And so far, he's good. I mean, what a great comeback story. The guy has charisma, charm. He's funny. He's funny.
But
And he could box his ass off.
Like the Klitschko's they were champion for so long, and you had that guy Sergey
The thing about the Klitschko's,
Lahovic.
they was a little boring. They had the style where they used their side. They left that left hand right out, and
I mean, Vitaly used to let his hands hang low.
Yeah.
Vladimir was like, boom, boom, boom.
Very textbook.
Oleg Maskev was just a while where you had 4 titles, and they were all held by like European guys, and it was all trash.
It was boring. It got a little boring, right?
Lennox was
Why do you think people thought it was boring? Because their style of boxing? What was it?
Yeah, I don't know what it was, man.
They don't really have a lot of
the best
movement.
heavy, like Emmanuel Stewart, one of the best trainers, was training an English guy. He was training Lennox Lewis for years.
Mm-hmm.
You know
A
what
lot
I'm
of people
saying?
didn't like Lennox Lewis.
I hated him.
You know what?
I like him now.
He was a guy who didn't really have a home, right? He was Jamaican, and then he
But
lived
he
in
fought
Canada.
for Canada.
Yeah,
That's why I
And
can't wait to fuck with these guys about that.
and then he was in Detroit, you know.
With the
So,
Gronk, yeah.
yeah, so he never had like a real identity.
Yeah.
And they thought he fought too safe. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Fight safe?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, and this is the thing. I know, like, Cannon's probably gonna fuck me up for what I said, but whatever.
You're scared of death.
Yeah.
You're thinking about it.
So, but the thing is, I feel bad talking bad about any fighter because in reality, somebody somewhere has tried to take their fucking head off.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's tried to knock them out. That's just how it goes. Whether it was in an amateur bout, in sparring, in the ring. You know what I mean? It's like, how can you fight safe? How? Especially in the heavyweights. One punch changes everything. And Lennox knows that best from getting knocked out by Oliver McCall and Asim Rockman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, one punch could turn you to a Pez dispenser.
Right. I mean, and then I know when Lennox tried to get revenge against McCall, that's the fight where he broke down crying.
Yeah, he had a nervous breakdown.
Had a nervous breakdown during the fight.
When's the last time you felt like crying?
I cried last week. I was thinking about my brother.
That's good, though.
Yeah.
You need to let that shit out.
Yeah, my brother died, just in case anybody was wondering. He
Of a
passed away.
heroin overdose.
Of a heroin
Just in
overdose.
case, you know.
Fentanyl.
Because when we hear of death, we always want details, and then we move on with our lives. Right? You ever see a Facebook? I love Facebook because it's like my obituary.
Yeah.
It's like I find out who died. That's the only use that Facebook has these days.
Like they're like.
And then I don't know this person. I know this person from junior high school, but I still want to ask.
I
I knew Orlando. His name was Omar.
Oh my God,
How
what
did he die?
happened?
Oh, he was a good dude. But meanwhile, every time I saw him, I pretend I would look the other way. No, that's foul.
Yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame what happened, with my bro, but.
But it's good. Mourning is a process, and we need to go through it. See, my cries have been because of all my achievements lately. It's a little different.
You cry because of achievements?
I almost cried. No, I almost cried the other day because I was running, and
Get your hand off of me.
and I just got emotional.
Yeah, so I mean that's happened to me on long runs. I mean, my first marathon, like mile 25. Once I hit mile 25, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna finish this.
You
thing.
cry like a bitch head.
No, so listen, what happened? I didn't cry like a bitch. I'm looking at my watch. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna make my time. I'm gonna cut it close, but I gave everything I got, and I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run this last.
You did it under 3?
I did it under 4.
Wow, so you were watching the Titanic and completed the movie where you were running.
Basically, yeah. But I remember I started crying mile 25, and then I got a hold of myself. I'm like, no, don't waste the energy crying. Cry later. And I made it. I 3:58:46, I think. So I had a minute and 15 to spare, which is a lot in running. And that was my first. I didn't even have 2 years clean yet. So there was just so much weight loss that went into that time. Going from having nothing to being homeless on the street, addicted to heroin, right, in and out of the joint, and then completing this therapeutic community drug program I was in, which was actually not that therapeutic, but I'll talk about that another time. And then getting into the marathon, I had my own apartment. I was working full time. I just had all this stuff going on, and I was able to still stick to my training and hit my goal.
That's beautiful.
And hit my goal, yeah.
Why don't you run anymore?
My knee. To be honest, you want me to be completely honest?
I'm always giving you a hard time about training.
And you can continue. It doesn't bother me at all. Like, I don't get when people mess with me. It doesn't upset me. Or question.
But your knee is shaking a lot, like you're annoyed, like you're irate.
It is.
Like it looks like your body posture is that of someone who's been incarcerated and wants to use physical force against me.
Well, you're correct. No, but I'll tell you. So my last big race, right? So in a matter of like 2 years, I ran 4 marathons and 3 ultra marathons, which for a 35-year-old to do that, who spent a lot of his life, I was in very good shape for a portion of my life while I was incarcerated, but it was a lot of wear. I put a lot of wear and tear on me, and my life was just training. Let's do the next one. And a lot of shorter races in between there, a lot of half marathons. It was mile 21. I was running a 60K, which is 37.2 miles.
God damn.
And I was making good time. And I just stopped.
You just quit?
I didn't quit. I go, I'm not going to run anymore.
I'm done with this shit.
I'm going to walk. And somebody came up to me that was like part of my support team, and they were like, why are you doing this? And I was like, you want to know why? I go, I don't feel the need to push anymore. I don't want to. I go, I'm going to finish the race because I signed up for it and I trained for it. I go, I don't have it in me anymore. I go, the way I felt when I first started running, like I needed to run to go to sleep, or else I'd be up thinking about, not having any money, or, I got to stretch $40 for food, and I don't want to go back to breaking the law, and by that time, I had a decent paying job. I was moonlighting at Combody as a trainer, and I just wasn't. It didn't mean that much to me
It served its purpose already.
It served its purpose already. Plus, I beat the shit out of my knee, and my knee actually wasn't even bothering me that day. It was wild. It wasn't even bothering me. I just stopped.
I can see you
And
stopping in the middle of the race and then getting a bag of Cheetos at the nearest bodega.
I walked 17.2 miles. I think I ran the last.
Where was this at?
Central Park. It's the New York City Ultra. Central Park Ultra 60K. It's 2 weeks after the New York City Marathon.
That's admirable.
Yeah.
I
did it twice. The first time I did it, I didn't stop once. I ran it the whole way through.
I want to say when your brother passed, man, I wanted to put heavy emphasis on the fact that it's so beautiful that you're at the place you're at, because that's got to be amazing to be in the place you're at to receive such hard news. Because if you went anywhere else, it would become unmanageable, and it's still hard, and it still deserves the time to mourn. That void never closes.
No, I'll always miss him.
But I want to be that. I want to be here to say, that whenever that shit gets tough, it's like, whenever the last time he saw you, you were good, and that's gotta be great for him to see, and it's great that for you to be in the place you are, because it is about you,
Yeah, he was good the last time I've seen him. Like, after he got shot, he had 17 surgeries, and he just had his last surgery. He was fixed up. He was good to go. And I remember telling him the day he was leaving, I said, yo, why don't you just stay here with me? And we'll work it out. We'll work it out. You know, if you're low on money, I'll get you on the bus to go up to see your child, you know, to see my nephew. And he was like, no, I got to go up there. I got to be up there. And I was like, all right. And that was the last time I spoke to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He texted me the next day. Well, I just asked him, I said, how are you feeling? He goes, yo, I feel good, man. I feel good. And then he said to me that he appreciated everything I did for him.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah. But that was it.
You know, if anyone, ourselves included as a reminder, if it ever feels like you need to pick up again, whether it's drinking or drugs or whatever, that could be your last time, straight up. I'm not going to say, oh, you know, that's it. Reach out to someone and make the right decision because it's final, you know, it affects other people and it's undeserving, you know. So, you know, with the short time that me and Derek known each other, you're responsible for me. So if I'm sick, best believe you're picking up the call at 3 a.m.
I mean, bro, you answered the phone a lot after my brother passed. A lot.
Yeah.
We talked quite a bit.
And now I'm hard to find, baby. You know what I mean? No.
Because you've been setting boundaries.
Oh, bro, yeah, boundaries are important. No, but I think I know if it's an emergency for me, you text me like, yo, can you pick up?
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm there.
Last week I did it.
Yeah, and that's a given.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've just been run thin, you know, because I'm doing a bunch of shit that I enjoy doing in my life. It's not like, oh my God, poor me. I'm actually, you know, it's good.
No.
And the same thing with you. But I definitely need a lot of time for rest and recovery.
Absolutely.
You know?
And bro, watching you do that is like an inspiration to me.
We're doing what?
Like you'll put your phone on Do Not Disturb. You won't.
I don't do that. I just don't pick it up. I leave it in another room.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what I do.
Oh.
Yeah. So I put it in another
Or
room.
you turn it off sometimes too.
No, I just leave it in another room.
All right.
Yeah. You're asking a lot of questions.
I mean, I go right to
Office-
voicemail a lot.
Really? Maybe Liz does it because she hears it ringing and she's watching Squid Games.
I love how he fucking throws his wife under the bus. But no, you take the time for yourself
It's important, man.
to like replenish and all that.
It's
stuff.
important, man. We gotta, you know, take care of ourselves has an effect on other people as well. So, you know,
Listen, we got an appointment in 8 minutes. We're gonna have to wrap this up.
let's wrap it up, Pa.
Yo,
Let's
listen,
wrap it up.
watch Leave No Trace on Hulu. I'm in the movie. I get residuals if you watch it. And I need shit to buy.
Put that shit on repeat.
I need money to buy shit.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to buy, you know, some.
I need new clothes.
He wants to buy some.
because I'm fat now.
He wants to buy some Foot Locker hoodies.
Yeah.
Yo, Derek, always a pleasure.
Thank you, brother.
You know, follow my man Derek. You know, we got the P.O.P popping. You know, check out all his stuff that he got going on. He got a show monthly at different, a couple of shows monthly at different locations in the city.
23-1 at the Stand. That's the important one. Come to that.
Yeah. It's a dope show at a dope ass club. Support. He got a bunch of young comics who are really doing it, and it's love, it's energy, and it's all that good stuff. So make sure. What's the IG handle?
Derek Drescher.
Derek Drescher.
DREK, That's it. At Derek Drescher.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Subscribe, comment, like, follow, all that good stuff. It's another episode of the DBS, a.k.a. The Chacon Show. We signing out. I love y'all. Peace be with y'all. And we out. Peace.
That's it. Wow.
I mean, it's always going to be Dirtbag Shit Podcast.
The DBS
Podcast.